Jordan, what do you hate?
Hold on,
Wait,
just a
clap sync.
Just a second. Noah, what do you hate?
Whoa. We've never done that before.
The old switcheroo.
You got me.
That's what we do. It's the
I
improv.
thought you were you were saying wait a second because of the sprinkler that was going off over there.
Nope. That was the trick. That was the trickery.
I hate people that use like really bad grammar for like to be funny. Like there's a certain level of like bad grammar that you can be like, aha, that's funny because it's bad.
What's the example of that?
I don't have one. That's just the first thing that came. I don't like bad grammar, even though sometimes I have bad grammar. Just like atrociously bad grammar annoys me.
Do you what?
Like minor mistakes are fine. I make minor mistakes.
What do you hate more? Bad grammar through text or the oral?
Texting, I understand not using good grammar. I don't use good grammar when texting because it's just I'm trying to get a message out.
When
quick.
meet.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's fine because you're just trying to get a message out quick. But like when people are talking or,
Yeah.
or like writing actual like serious things, and they like if I like write my email or my boss a serious email and they replied back with just terrible grammar, my respect for them goes down.
I always need a checker because I'm personally just not very good at grammar, but I always check.
I am good at grammar.
See, I that's like the one thing. I haven't taken a grammar class since like the 5th grade.
Neither have I, but my dad wrote for a newspaper and taught and is a teacher, so I've kind of always had to have good grammar.
Yeah, I'm that's like my kryptonite in writing, just
Yeah.
grammar in general.
No, I'm eating food
Yeah,
because I'm hungry.
he hasn't asked me yet. So
Jordan, what do you hate?
I hate the fact that people just don't wear masks just because they don't want to. I don't hate the people. I hate the action.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense, because at that point you're endangering people's lives just for you to have a slight convenience.
Yeah, when you go out in public and you're just like, oh, masks are uncomfortable. Wear a mask.
There's
And you,
no
like,
reason.
Kick up a stink in the middle of a store because you don't want to wear a mask. Don't
Like-
be a Karen.
Like, come on. And if you politicize it, that's even worse. Don't politicize it. There's nothing to be political about. I've seen videos online of like Karens screaming,
Mm-hmm.
"You Democratic pig! I'm not gonna wear a mask."
Karens are
It's-
the worst of it
It's
right
not
now.
democratic at all to wear a mask.
Sorry.
I don't understand it. I'm talking
With my
neither.
mouth full, sorry.
I'm neither. I'm neither Democratic or Republican.
I'm moderate.
I'm independent. I think that's mine.
It's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
I guess not.
What's
Independent. Moderate is somewhere in the middle. There was a cut there. Moderate's somewhere in the middle. So I guess independent is different. It's just you don't agree with any of it. Moderate, I'm like, there's some good viewpoints on the right and the left.
Well, that's me. That's what independent is. I'm not gonna choose a party just because I.
Oh yeah,
disagree
no, that's
and agree
moderate.
with
That's
both.
moderate. Because
Oh,
you're
so
like,
we're talking about the same
yeah,
thing.
it's like you're in the middle. You're moderate. That's what that means.
I have no affiliation with either party.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like politics. I like politics.
You know what I hate? Politics.
Yeah, you never finished your thing.
I did.
Yeah, I get okay.
Yeah,
I really like politics in theory.
I like politics. I hate people that make politics into a religion,
Yeah.
where like they literally judge people just because of what they agree with politically.
Mm-hmm.
There are some extremes of ethics, like things of ethics, but with politics,
I like
it's I don't know.
I like politics, like I said, in theory. I like the idea of making laws and stuff like that.
Trying
Like
to issue order.
yeah, like the show. There's a show called The West Wing, and that it's a show about like the president and politics and stuff. But it's really well written, and it's still like a fun show and everything. And it shows like the interesting side of politics and like, yeah, I don't know. I really like the idea of politics, but I don't like the politics of our world today.
It's currently people use politics to gain either power or pride, and that's not what politics are supposed to
Nobody
be.
does it for the good of the people anymore, which is what it's supposed to be.
Which is why I hate politics now.
Mhm.
That's really mine. I just hate politics and the fact that people aren't wearing masks when they should be, which is all the time when they're not in the house. Welcome to the We Ate Things podcast. We ate a lot of things today. I'm Jordan.
Oh.
And this
I'm
is,
Noah.
And he's
I'm
eating.
hungry. I'm eating.
We're filming this at like around 5:30. So and his family eats dinner very early.
My family does eat early, and I haven't eaten a lot today.
In
So I'm
fact-
just very hungry.
In fact, every time we film here, almost every time his family's cooking something, as we're recording.
And
so,
we're usually filming about 5.
yeah. So yeah, that's why.
My family just eats early. I don't know why.
But yeah, this is episode 9. We're
Yeah,
really,
welcome to episode 9.
we're really tracking.
It's been 10 weeks because we did skip a week.
Yeah. So,
So we've
happy
been
10
going
weeks.
for more than 2 months now.
Happy 10 weeks.
Happy 10 weeks, dude.
Beautiful.
I was listening to the TMG podcast today.
Mm-hmm.
Go listen to that. And I today, wow.
Can't talk.
Let me
You're focused on the
Let me
food.
go back a little. I am very focused on my food. The one I was listening to today, the episode, was their 52nd episode, which was their 1 year anniversary.
Oh,
And I
nice.
was, with the 52 weeks in a year, and they do one a week.
Yeah.
Ironically, our year episode would be 51 weeks because we skipped a week. They never skipped a week. So yeah, I was listening to that, and I was like, that'll be interesting if we make it that far.
Yeah. The Gus
Like,
and
that's
Eddie
a long
podcast
time.
is currently in their 70s, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So they've been doing it for. I need to check now. I think it's in the 70s. I need to check.
TMG's in like the 140s.
Jeez.
They've been doing it for a while now.
Good for them. And they're still going on. They're still enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's
seems
really
like it.
the
I
only.
mean, I'm not caught up.
I'm offline. I can't do it.
Sorry. I keep talking with food in my mouth.
You're fine.
Sorry. I'm not fully caught up, obviously. I'm on like episode 52.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're still doing it, and they seem like they're having fun.
Do they talk about
Cody
relevant
Cohen,
things?
Noel Miller. Well, relevant for when the episodes
That's
came
my
out.
ass. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, they talk about things that were relevant like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
But yeah, Cody Cohen, Noel Miller, go check them out. They're funny.
And Gus
Yeah.
and Eddie as well.
Yeah, them too. We've talked about them before. I don't think we've talked about Cody and Noel before.
Speaking of Gus and Eddie, Gus Johnson, we might be doing skits.
Yeah.
In fact, we're like 99% sure we're gonna do skits.
We've been talking about doing skits,
Just 'cause
so you
it'd be
might
fun.
get some on this. It'll be on the same channel.
Just because we want to.
Yeah, just for fun. We have some skit ideas. Well, Jordan has. I have a couple kind of skit ideas. Jordan has some like written down.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
So,
write
yeah.
them really, and he's gonna produce.
Jordan's
them.
gonna be the
That's
one
really
mostly writing. I'm gonna produce, which means I'll get the people that need to be there. I'll get the location. I'll bring the equipment.
It's just a collaborative effort, really.
Yeah.
So
Jordan
it'll
will
be
be
fun.
writing, and we'll probably switch off like directing and everything, depending on the episode. And I'll probably write some of my own.
I've said this before, but skits, as like YouTube content, is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's my favorite
They're
kind of
fun.
content because it's short, funny jokes,
Yeah.
and that's why it's the best.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to do that as well because I have some ideas, and I kind of just want to see how it looks when it's filmed.
Oh, dude. I put sriracha in this, and I just got a big bite of it. Whew. Ooh.
Put more. Oh, we're drinking. This is called Minute Maid. It's very classy.
Pink lemonade.
No, shut up.
What?
They're not. They don't know that.
What? It's Minute. You said Minute Maid, and it's pink.
What if they don't know it's a lemonade company?
It's lemonade. Whew. That was a bunch of sriracha. I really love sriracha though. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
spice.
it's good.
That's what makes food good. I had poke today.
So good.
Pokey, sorry for people. Every single time outside of Biola that I say poke, people were like, "What did you just say? Did you just say poke? It's pokey, idiot." The people
Those
call
people
me
are
idiot.
dumb. Those people are dumb.
Jalen, the first time I had poke was with my Hawaiian friend, and he called it poke, so I'm gonna call it poke
So it's poke.
because it's from Hawaiian. What?
Huh?
From Hawaii. Sorry for my terrible grammar there.
I call it poke just because it's quicker than saying poke, but it is poke. I just say poke because I'm an American.
You say Pokemon. That's different though. That's a different thing.
Isn't even that Pokemon technically?
It's technically Pokemon.
It is technically
But it's
Pokemon,
Pokemon.
but it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm American. Come on. But it's poke.
All right. Welcome to We Hate Things, episode 9.
Yeah. Thanks for.
It's been a week, dude.
It's been a week.
From at least for me, and I know it has for you too.
Yeah.
But it's been a week. Like this is one of those weeks where every day feels like it should be Friday, but it's not. Like Tuesday, starting on Tuesday, Wednesday, today, Thursday, every day has felt like Friday, and
True.
then it's just not, and it's awful. It's
Should-
been such a slow week.
Yeah. Should I tell him about my luck this week?
Jordan got fired.
I didn't get fired. So I've been, as you know, I've been job searching for the past month or two. And I've been getting very unlucky. I've been applying to a lot of places. I've been calling. But I finally got a call for an interview. I've gotten like 3 interviews. One of them from Coco's Breakfast, but Coco's Diner. And it's very casual, very diner. It's one of the diners that, think of Denny's. That's what Coco's is. Really.
It is very dinery.
It's very dinery.
It's good.
So I
Good
interview,
food.
like a week and a half ago. That day, they say, okay, you're hired. Here are these forms you need to fill out. I'm like, oh, great. So I filled out the forms, and then a week later, they say, okay, come in today. We'll verify. No, it was a week ago. It was a week ago that they hired me. Come in today, so we can verify your account and we can get your social security. Blah 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 blah. You know, typical company stuff. So I come in. This was yesterday, which was a Wednesday, and I come in. I give them my social security. I fill out some more forms. They come back saying, "Okay, your first tip was on Saturday." I'm like, "Great! I finally have something to give me money," which is really the only goal here. Turns out, like at 3 p.m. yesterday, I get a call from Coco's, and they say, "Hey Jordan, I just want to let you know, the governor is now closing all diners and dine-in places, so we can't have you work for the next month. Sorry." So I don't have a job anymore.
He got fired.
But yeah, that's what happened, and I had to look for a job now, and because of how dumb America's being about the COVID stuff, we can't have any dine-in anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what's happening.
Yeah.
How's your week, man?
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
It's been a long week. 4th of July is on Saturday, as you well know.
Mhm.
You know this. I mean, this goes up. This is going up tomorrow. We record the day before.
Yep.
If you didn't know that. So 4th of July for you guys is tomorrow, which is cool. I don't really have any plans, though. So I mean, I've never really done anything that big for 4th of July. I usually just hang out with friends. But this year, all my friends are either gone or already like busy with their families. So,
Yeah, my family is doing something.
So I have no plans tomorrow. I mean
Last year-
Saturday. Well, tomorrow.
Last year I was in Oregon, so I had plans.
Last year I had plans.
Yeah,
I went to a party last year.
yeah.
This
Last year I was in
don't.
Oregon visiting Ashton, and that was great, but I couldn't do it this year because of money issues.
Yeah.
For both me and her, because it's like $300 a ticket now,
Yeah.
which is bad. No, wait, is it?
I don't know.
I forgot. Maybe it's like 300 round trip, something like that.
It's-
Either way, that's a lot of
I
money
assume
for me
it's
right now
round trip.
because I don't have a job. So I couldn't go this year, which sucks. I might go in August, but we'll see. But this year, I'm hanging out with family. We're inviting my aunt and my grandma over. We'll have fun, a little bit. I've never been the biggest 4th of July person.
4th of July like can be fun, but like I've never done anything like big on it. It's just I don't know. I usually just hang out with my friends.
It's America's excuse to just have a fun
Screw
day.
you, Britain.
Yeah.
And by Britain I mean the country of England. Britain. There's somebody I know named Britain. If you're watching this, not you. She's not. She's not watching.
The United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom.
The UK.
Screw you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really do that much for 4th of July. I don't really do too much for New Year's either.
Mm-mm.
That's usually also just me hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
I'll usually like have plans of hanging out with people, but nothing like I don't like go to parties or anything. It's just hanging out.
Yeah.
Bringing in the new year or celebrating or watching fireworks or whatever.
This year I'm kind of mad at America, so like I've never really have.
Let's not get political on here.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not do that. I vote against that. As co-producer,
You know what I do want to talk about though?
I'm not co-producer, co-director. I'm full producer.
Yeah,
Yeah. Co-creator. There we go.
co-creator.
What do you want to talk about?
You made a purchase this week.
I did. I did make a purchase this week.
Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
So last week we went to a record store.
You said I could talk about it.
Last week we went to a record store. You said I could talk about it, so I'm gonna...
No, I didn't, but go ahead.
Last week we went to a record store. Me, him, and our friend Emily all went up to Upland, and there's a really cool coffee shop, and we were just like going around, seeing what kind of shops there are. And we found a record store, just pretty small, but had a lot of really good stuff. I got 2 records for under $10. I got a Jim Croce Love Songs, Time in the Bottle record, and I also got Chicago 16, which is a Chicago record. And that was really cool. And they all look too. And so Noah is making a decision.
I bought Welcome to We Hate Things
No,
episode
we already
9.
did that. We already did that. You were going to say something, so you want to just...
I bought something this week. I bought a new lens for my camera.
No, that's not what I was
I did buy a new lens for my camera, actually.
That's not what we're talking about, though.
A 50mm lens. I haven't actually got to use it yet, so I'm excited to do that. No, that was 2 weeks ago.
That's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. Would you like to say what you were gonna what you purchased?
Questions.
So no, we're not there yet.
I bought a record player.
Yeah, there you
which
go.
I've been talking and thinking about buying for a long time. I've always not always, but for a long time I've wanted one.
Yeah.
Why don't you put your drink up here?
What?
Why don't you put your drink
Because
up
I don't
here?
like tapping this
the
table.
sound. That's fair. Yeah, I try to set it down.
Yeah, there you go.
Carefully.
Go ahead.
I bought a record player, and it still is about a week away from coming in, a week to 2 weeks away. I'm pretty stoked about it though. We're gonna go to a record shop probably this Sunday, or any record shops that are open, and look around.
He already has a list of stuff he wants.
I have a list of records I want to buy.
I have around 25 records. I've had a record player for like a year and a half now, so I've been collecting because that's really all I want to collect in life is just records, and both new records and old records. The first ever record I got was before I even had a record player. It was Hamilton. It has 4
Speaking of
vinyls.
Hamilton.
Has 4 vinyls, and I listened to that the first night I got it, and it was really cool. What do you want to say about Hamilton?
Oh well, first of all, before we get off of the record player, first album I'm gonna buy is A Night at the Opera by Queen.
I have that. I got that.
That's
as a
the
gift.
goal, because Night at the Opera is my favorite album by Queen, and Queen is my favorite band of all time. So that's the first album I'm gonna buy, and then I have others written down, but that's the primary goal.
Yep.
I
have go ahead.
Anyway, speaking of Hamilton, the original cast recording is coming out tomorrow on Disney Plus. I thought it would be
today. Really, it came out today.
I thought it was the 3rd.
Yeah, we're posting this on the 3rd.
Oh, today for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already out for you guys. I thought it would. I'm surprised they didn't release it on the 4th, because it's about the American Revolution, and the 4th is Independence Day. They obviously released it for the 4th.
Marketing
but I'm surprised
wise,
they didn't release it on the 4th.
Marketing wise, it's better to release stuff on a Friday.
That's totally true, but it's the 4th of July, and Hamilton is about the American Revolution.
I'm just saying what Disney would do.
Disney, they only care about money, so.
But yeah, it's really cool. I didn't even know they made a deal.
I didn't know they made a deal with Disney, but I knew eventually they were gonna release the original cast recording, because Lin-Manuel.
I knew that, but I didn't know Disney was gonna do it.
Yeah, neither did I. But it
really
doesn't
cool.
surprise me.
It was supposed to come out like the end of the year.
Yeah, but then they felt bad because everyone's inside.
Yeah.
So
See, I personally seen Hamilton before, so like
I've never gotten to see it live,
Yeah.
and it still sucks.
the original.
I
I
still
haven't
could.
seen the original cast recording though,
Yeah,
so it's really cool.
No one has, except for the people that originally saw it on Broadway.
Yeah.
Which would have been rad.
Super cool. But now we all get to see it, and that's really
yeah.
cool. I'm really excited.
Super stoked for that.
I'm also really excited for people that just haven't seen what it looks like on Broadway.
Yeah.
So cool.
I'm
it's
super,
really good.
I'm super stoked.
I recommend it. If you're not a musical
You
person,
mean live on stage?
Yeah.
Not on Broadway. You didn't see it on Broadway.
I meant on
You
stage.
just saw it on
I meant on
stage.
stage.
Yeah.
If you don't
I
like
gotta
musicals,
correct you. I'm sorry.
if you don't like musicals,
That's the role of a producer.
If you don't like musicals, that I forgot what I was gonna say.
If you don't like musicals, don't watch it.
Yeah. But if you do and you feel like you might like Hamilton, just watch it. Why
If
not?
you like American history, watch it. If you like musicals at all, watch it. If you like,
Rapping.
there's rap. Part of his rapping. Yeah. If you like that, watch it.
Yeah.
If you like a good 3 hours of entertainment, watch it.
Yeah, it's really good, and I recommend it. So do that.
I'm super stoked to see the original cast. What else is? There's not much else new. No like video game news or anything.
It's just fine.
Not that I know of. I didn't do any research this week.
You know what we forgot to do?
Is the movie review?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
We completely forgot about that.
Do you want to just do that now?
2 weeks ago, and then last week we had a guest. So,
Yeah.
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 Not cut, but welcome to the We Hate Movies
Welcome to
segment
We Hate
of our
Movie
podcast.
section of the podcast.
Welcome to We Hate Movies.
My name's Movie Hater
Worst.
1.
Mine's Dragon Sniper 69.
Yeah.
I mean,
No affiliation.
Movie Hater 2.
Yeah. Both.
Unrelated.
Cool. So we saw 2 movies. We saw a Marvel movie.
First of all, before
like
we
a
do
month
that, before we review the movies,
'Kay.
why don't we talk about where the name We Hate Movies came from?
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good
Okay.
idea.
The name We Hate Movies, originally, when we first started this podcast, 2 months ago now, we were like, okay, we were talking about it and we were like, oh, what should it be called? And this was
Yeah.
before we even were like, okay, we're doing this. We were like, if we had a podcast, what would we call it? And was it me
It
or
was
you?
you.
It was me. I was like, we should call it We Hate Movies because we were gonna make it a podcast solely about movies, and jokingly, obviously, because we both love movies.
Yeah.
So the name would be a joke, just saying we hate movies, and then we'd talk about movies. But then we were like, I feel like it's gonna get a little hard to talk about movies because we wanted to do an hour a week. So we said, I think it's gonna be a little hard to talk about movies for an hour every single week.
Yep.
So we were like, and we'd probably want to talk about other things too. So I was like, why not? Hear me out. We hate things, and here we are.
Well, it was
There were
we
some-
hate everything.
There was some other things in the works, like We Hate Everything and whatever else, but
Yeah.
we landed on We Hate Things.
Just because, why not?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now on to the We Hate Movies segment of our podcast.
Originally, we said we wanted to do one Marvel movie and one non-Marvel movie every week, and we forgot
Yeah.
to do that. So
We
we're going to do that now.
We forgot to review it. Originally, last time we talked about it, which was 2 weeks ago now, we watched Iron Man right after we finished recording that day.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking about that, and what, Baby Driver?
Last night.
We watched Baby Driver last night, and that was a coincidence.
Yeah.
So now we're doing that. Yeah. All right. Let's start with Iron Man.
Let's do it. I love that movie.
Dude, it's such a good movie.
Let's rate after the review.
Rate. Okay, so we'll give the review and then rate.
Yes.
Why don't you go first?
Okay. I personally think Iron Man is one of the best MCU movies out of the 23, because it has one of the best character developments in any movie, I think, in my opinion. Even though they kind of botch it in Iron Man 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, they do.
But
They do. It's
we
okay.
haven't even gotten there yet.
We're not even there yet.
Yeah, and you fall in love with the character even when he's a douchebag, and because I don't know, for me, I love sarcasm, and he is the epitome of sarcasm. He's super smart, and just here, Tony Stark is a great character. That's why I love the movie. The plot actually makes sense. The redemptive arc of almost dying in a cave was really cool and really good for an origin story. Very accurate designs based on the comics. Very true to the characters. Jon Favreau did a good job of the script and all the jokes that were in it too, even though it came out in 2008 and it was still a good superhero movie. It was hard to have a good superhero movie before 2010.
It was that was back before the superhero era started.
Yeah. And they did a great job of it. The action is amazing, and Iron Man actually seems like it could be real. They made it seem like it could be real, and it was great.
Yeah.
That's what I have so far.
Yeah.
Want to just continue off of that?
Yeah. I'll do my. I mean, I'm doing kind of my own review, I guess.
Good.
Sorry. Just gotta. Nah. Sorry, I got distracted.
Just- let's cut that.
No, it's fine. We're not cutting that. I got distracted. I'm sorry. Next time I'm going to take notes on the movie, definitely.
I agree.
But from what I can remember, I'm going to do things I liked and things I didn't like so
Okay,
much from
let's
this.
do
I think that's how I'm going to... I think that's how I'm gonna like rate my movies.
Yep.
How I'm gonna do my reviews in these podcasts. Just talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. I'm not gonna try to. We're only trying to keep this to 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not gonna try to go super in depth and talk about all the themes and symbolism and everything.
Yep.
I'm just gonna give my opinion, what I liked, what I didn't like, and some other things if I think of them. So what I liked, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Great.
The perfect casting. Let's see. What else? The cave scene with
Jensen.
Jensen. With Jensen. That whole deal, amazing. Him crafting the suit. Jensen as a character is great.
For Iron Man and his
For
character.
Iron Man, as like to develop him as a character, and then when he dies, and like you can see the moment on Robert Downey Jr.'s face when he decides to not sell weapons anymore.
Yep. And the quote is. His last words.
From
Jensen's
Jensen.
last words were.
Spoiler alert: Jensen dies.
Yeah. Well, it's a 12-year-old
Spoiler
movie.
alert.
Yeah. Sorry. Cut. I don't
We're
know why I
not.
did that.
We're not. We're doing it.
He says, "You have a good life. Don't waste it."
Yeah. He basically says, "Don't waste it," and then 11 years later, Iron Man does not waste it, and it's all because, well, obviously not all, but like it all started right there,
Yep.
and you can see it. You can see that moment on Robert Downey Jr.'s face when he decides to go from this huge weapon manufacturer that Stark Corporation was, or Stark Incorporated.
Stark Industries.
Stark Industries. Thank you. Jeez. That Stark Industries was.
No.
What was that?
I didn't say anything.
Say it one more time.
I said yikes.
Oh yeah, yikes. That Stark Industries was this big weapon manufacturer and everything, and that's the moment that Tony was like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm gonna be a good guy and do something with my life. So I loved that. Again, like Jordan was talking about, the character development is amazing. Going from this snotty rich boy to I need to do something good with my life. It's great. And Robert Downey Jr. plays the part amazingly.
Good villain.
What I like too. Yeah, the villain was pretty good. They do a little switcheroo. They start you out with one villain, and then another villain that you didn't know was the villain, Obadiah Stane, Tony's like second right-hand man, basically, kills that villain and is the actual villain of the movie, and you're like, what? So that was fun, especially back in 2008. Like that wasn't that was relatively newer. So I liked the villain. I did. I liked Pepper and Tony's relationship. I liked proof that Tony Stark has a heart, and I liked him crafting the Iron Man suit and everything, especially the scene. You'll know he goes like this, and then that happens, and we'll get there.
I love the technology presented in the movie too.
Yeah.
Back in
it's
2008,
super fun.
that seems super futuristic.
Yeah.
I
mean, even now it's
super futuristic.
Pretty futuristic.
But back then it's like, of course Tony Stark would have this stuff, and it was good.
Yeah.
And they updated it as the movies went on and everything. But as it was, they had what they had, and they tried to make it as techie as possible, and they did a really good job of it back then.
Now, what I didn't like so much.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is the only thing I can think of, but I'm really good at making words come out of my mouth, so I might be able to think of something else. I didn't like the final fight scene so much.
Okay.
It was okay, especially when they're standing on top of the building above the arc reactor. I don't know. It was just okay. It wasn't like bad per se, but it was just kind of lackluster for like what the movie was kind of building up to. But that doesn't take away from the movie for me at all. Go ahead.
I personally like the final fight scene because it didn't come down to who was the strongest. It came down to who was the smartest.
I did like that aspect, but
because Obadiah makes a more powerful Iron Man suit, pretty much, and more better. Sorry.
Just better, yeah.
So obviously, if it came down to bronze or
Are you good?
Yeah, I think so.
Brawn?
Yeah, if it came down to brawn, Obadiah would have won.
Yeah, but Tony outsmarted him because of the icing problem.
Yes.
Just watch the movie. You'll
and
figure all that out.
that's
but,
why I like it. It didn't come down to who was the strongest.
And
which
I
was,
do like
which
that.
was really how most final battles go. It came down to who was the smartest.
I do appreciate smarts in movies.
Yes.
I don't know. I just always thought the last battle was kind of just lackluster. Like they could have done using his smarts to outwit him in a more, I don't know. I don't know my exact problem with it. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know many other problems I have with the movie. The guy that plays Rhodey don't like so much. What's his name?
Don't remember.
If Jerry was here, he'd know.
Yeah.
He said it last time. I just can't remember his name.
I don't remember.
Well, last time Jerry
He
was
leaves,
on.
so.
When Jerry was on a million years ago. Don Cheadle as we'll get to him next time. Don Cheadle as Rhodey in Iron Man 2 and henceforth.
Mm-hmm. But anyway,
is amazing. But that guy Rhodey was just okay.
What's
in
your
the
rating?
First one. My rating out of, are we just doing out
10.
of 10? I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Are we let me ask. When it comes to Marvel movies, what the Marvel movie half of this segment, are we ranking them amongst other Marvel movies or movies in general? Because amongst Marvel movies, I'd give it a 10. Amongst movies in general, I'd give it a 9.
I think we're doing amongst movies in general. As
Okay.
a movie,
Okay, I'd give it a 9.
I give it a 10.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. Next movie.
On to the next movie, Baby Driver.
My favorite movie of all time, by the
One
way.
of my my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
What I like about
Definitely.
it, the
You
music.
can do your own reviewing style. That's just how I
Okay,
wanted
cool.
to do it. You can do however you want.
Baby Driver has the best soundtrack of any movie, given Shrek 2. And
You mean with the exception of
with
Shrek
the
2?
exception of Shrek. Sorry. Thank you
Do
for
you like
clarifying.
Shrek 2 or Baby Driver better? The soundtrack. I personally like Baby Driver better.
See, Shrek 2 has nostalgia and Baby Driver doesn't. So it's different.
I wonder
But-
what our reviews will be in 10 years. I'll definitely
that's
have
a good-
nostalgia for Baby Driver.
That's true. It's very true. Anyway, the progression of music throughout the whole movie pertains to the feel of whatever's happening, including intensity and mood. So that and how good it is based on both lyrics and non-lyric instrumental music both play a huge part in the movie, and that's why I love it so much. The main character, played by Ansel Elgort, Baby, is fueled by music, and that's why I like it so much. The plot is super stylistic. It's not all substance. It's super stylistic. Audio of what's happening on screen connects to the music that's playing as well, which is super satisfying and a huge reason why it's my favorite movie of all time. I was never bored 1 second while watching it. Very action-packed, very intense when it needed to be, very fun when it needed to be, and very cute when it needed to be. I think the romance in it isn't very complicated, and that's why it's good. It's just two people that really like each other for who they are, and it's Lily James.
Lily James is my celebrity crush.
Yeah, me too.
100%.
Yeah.
I love Lily James. She is adorable.
Her character has a southern accent and works at a diner and loves music and has a good voice. It's really, I mean, she's very
and
sweet
she's
too.
so pretty.
Okay, buddy.
She's adorable.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Okay.
I also do love Ansel Elgort, though.
Yes.
Ansel Elgort, I have a crush on him, too. I'm not gay.
I like Jamie Foxx. I think
I like
he's more
Jamie Foxx.
attractive.
I like every big name in the movie.
All of the characters played a great role, and they were exaggerated to the greatest degree of different kinds of criminals and doing bad stuff for different reasons.
Let me put a caveat on what I just said. Kevin Spacey's in the movie. I like his acting. I don't like the man.
Yeah.
He's a terrible human being.
Let's just throw that out there.
He's a terrible human being. So let me make sure I clarify that.
I can go on forever about this movie.
Yeah, both of us could.
Good, very stylistic, good music, and never bored.
Never bored.
Never bored. What I hate about the movie, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something.
Even the lines are just fun. It's a fun movie. And it has heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have anything wrong with the movie.
All right, now my completely unrelated review that will be nothing like Jordan's.
Yeah, good.
What I liked about the movie, the music. The music is the best part of the movie, and that
Yes.
is saying something. It
Tequila.
is already a great movie, and the fact that the music is the best part is saying something. I like the style of the movie, the entire vibe that it puts off, the colors and everything, the cinematography of it. All of it is amazing. I liked the action scenes, the way they went along to the music and everything, like the gunfire or the movements of the car, the shifting, the windshield wipers. That was super rad, and I've never seen that before. I like so much. All of the acting is good. John Bernthal is only in the first 20 minutes of the movie, and he makes an impact.
Yep.
All of the acting is amazing. John Bernthal's in it. John Hamm is in it. I love John Hamm. Kevin Spacey's in it. He's a good actor. Terrible human being. Jamie Foxx is in it. Great actor.
Love him.
Plays his part well. Ansel Elgort is great. Lily James is amazing. The cast is great, and they all play their parts super well. So that's amazing. Casting was great. What else is there? It's all great.
What do you hate about the movie?
What I don't like about the movie. I'll think of something.
How about throughout the podcast?
What I don't like about Baby Driver. What I don't like about Baby Driver.
Kevin Spacey.
Well, I just don't like Kevin. Kevin Spacey's
Yeah.
a terrible human being, as I've said.
I honestly can't think of anything.
Something I didn't like about Baby Driver.
My rating is 10 out of 10. If I can give it 11 out of 10, I would.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
I'll think of something to dislike just to put
And
something
by
in
the
that
way,
category, but I can't right now.
I'm not a super objective movie reviewer, but I'm honest when I need to be.
We're both a little biased, but
I'm honest when I need to be. We just happen to watch my favorite movie.
Yeah. I was about to say something. It wasn't something I disliked, but I was about to say something.
Was it about the rating? Anyway, rate 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's an amazing movie.
Don't let me saying I give 2
Oh, it
movies
was so
10 out of
close.
10 make you
I was so
Tip of the
close.
tongue?
It was on the it was
tip of
it
my
was
tongue.
right there.
What movie has what song has tip of my tongue in it?
I don't know. Tongue tied? No. I was so close.
I'm sorry, man.
I had something. Oh, it was right there.
Question time?
This is gonna bug me so much.
Question time?
This is
Question
gonna
time?
bug me
Question time?
so much.
Question time. I think it's question
It
time.
was something. It was just something else good about
It's-
Baby
it's,
Driver.
it's question
Go
time.
watch Baby Driver
Go watch Baby Driver, please.
and
if you
Iron
haven't
Man
seen it.
1.
Yes, both movies.
Yeah. If you guys want to play along at home, watch these every week with us. Next week we'll be watching Iron Man 2 and
Whatever movie we, I want to either watch Shrek or How to Train Your Dragon. I'm gonna be honest.
let's watch How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Or Shrek.
Because I did find How to Train Your Dragon.
I kind of want to tell them like what to watch over the next week. So
Okay.
they
Oh,
can-
yeah,
If
you're
you
right.
guys want to,
Um,
we're gonna watch.
How to Train Your Dragon.
We're gonna watch Iron Man 2 and How to Train Your Dragon before next. Actually, we're only
2
doing.
weeks.
Yeah, we're only doing it on the Just Us podcast. We're not doing reviews on the guest podcast.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, which I just realized it's gonna take us an entire year to watch all of Marvel.
It's fine.
That's fine. If we make it that long, that'll be great. Because more than a year, because it's going to take us 23 movies every 2 weeks, but we started late.
46.
So this is the first one. So it's going to take us
Plus 9.
almost a year.
Yeah. It's gonna take us a year.
A year from now. I mean, almost a year from now to finish them off.
Anyway.
And there will be more movies since then.
Yeah.
Like Black Widow's coming out in November.
Yeah.
It should, at least.
We'll review that when it comes
So
out.
24 movies. So now we're at 48 weeks from now.
Plus 9.
Well, from now.
Oh, from now.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's
Anyway.
that's our.
Let's do questions.
That was a movie review segment of the podcast.
Yeah. Here's question time.
Go ahead.
I got a good one for you.
Okay, cool.
I think you'll know who asks this. Hold on.
What's new, pussycat?
No!
Nothing. What's new with you? What's new with you? That was Emily, by the way. She asked, "What's new, Pussycat?" That's a song. All right, next question. Let's go on to the next question.
I was gonna make the same joke.
I'm
Emily did that to me too.
faster than you. All right.
Anyway,
First question.
go ahead.
I only have a couple that are. Well, no, I have more than that. First question from Jared.
Okay.
He
love Jared. Hey, Jared.
asks, who would win, Gandhi with a lightsaber or MLK with earthbending? But let's make sure we're on the same page here. Gandhi only has a lightsaber. He doesn't have the Force.
Yeah.
So earthbending
Here's
would
the
win.
thing. They both went. They both were super big believers of peaceful protesting.
Yeah, neither of them would fight.
Yeah.
Neither of them would fight.
That's the
But
real answer.
if, for some reason, they did have to get into a fight, earthbending would win. MLK would win with earthbending.
Even if it's MLK just closing his feet up into the earth.
Yeah, earthbending would win, but
That's
they
it.
would never get into a fight in the first place.
Both great people. MLK just inspired by Gandhi, and they're pretty much had the same. They had the same exact beliefs, which is don't fight and never ever use violence whatsoever, no matter what.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Gandhi got, was it Britain, out of India by starving himself. He sat there and said, "I'm not going to eat until you leave," and then they left.
wow, that worked.
Um,
Give us another question.
Next
for us?
question. Jack asks that like shocked, like the cat that's like the emoji.
emoji?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
question mark. He's
Yeah.
that question mark.
I think.
Not really. I don't like using emojis that much.
I use them just because.
And I'm allergic to cats, so no.
Oh wow, so very
Double
no.
no, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Double no.
I'm not allergic to cats. The only cat I've ever
I wish I
liked-
wasn't, because cats are adorable and fluffy.
Yeah, the only cat I've ever liked it was Ashton's cat, but other than that, I give it like a 5.
No.
Next question.
I give it a no. Next question. Okay. These are I didn't get that many on my Instagram that are worth being on the podcast, but my parents asked me a few questions
Oh,
for us
sweet.
to ask.
Awesome.
There-
Before we
I
do
have-
that,
I
would
have
you like
3
to
for
do
you.
my
How
questions?
many do you have?
I have. Well, I have 3 Jack questions. Other than that, I have 3 more.
So you have 6 total?
I have 6. Yeah.
You have 6 total? Okay. Ask 2.
That's 2. Okay.
Ask 2 and then we'll go back and forth.
So really good question from Michael Larson. He is a good buddy of mine at Biola. He asks, deontological or utilitarian ethics? Great question.
Deontological.
If you don't know, utilitarian, they're both pretty much the 2 schools of thought when it comes to why people should be ethical, or what should be the basis of why of decision making, ethical decision making. Utilitarian ethics is pretty much what maximizes the amount of pleasure. You should do an action based on if the amount of pleasure is gained from it, either by you or by another person. And deontological ethics is doing an ethical decision, making an ethical decision based on a law or a rule. I'm doing this because it is the rule, because the rule says I'm going to do it.
Is he asking what we think is the truth, or what we prefer? Like what we think
What's the
would
difference?
be
Oh,
what we think would be better.
what we prefer.
What
Because
we think
I
would
don't
be better?
believe 100% on both of them.
Either of them? Yeah.
I do believe in deontological ethics more than utilitarian.
if I were to, like, if I'm talking about like the real world, like what I think is actually more prevalent, it would be deontological.
Yes.
Uh
I don't think that maximizing pleasure is a good basis on ethical decision making. I read both. I read essays on both of the people. John Stuart Mill did utilitarian ethics, and then who did deontological?
I don't know. But what did we prefer?
They're both the same question.
No, they're not.
I don't like Mill's idea. I really don't.
And so, what do we prefer? Like, what would we rather it be?
Oh,
And
still
what do we think it
deontological.
actually is?
Because if it's maximizing pleasure,
Yeah, that would be bad. So
Um,
deontological for
that's
both.
that's subjective.
Though I think the world is leaning. I don't think it's either one completely, but I think the world leans more towards deontological, and I think the better world would be deontological.
I don't believe in a subjective moral thought because that means
You mean
subjective moral
objective?
thought. I believe in objective moral thought.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't believe that everyone has their own basis on
their own
moral
like,
thought that they
morality.
can go by.
Everyone is on the same
Moral
base.
set code,
Yeah.
and there is one. I believe that.
Yeah, I would agree.
But
I
yeah,
would agree.
thanks for asking that question.
Yeah, it's a good one, Michael Clausen.
Nope,
I mean,
that's not-
Larson.
That's Larson.
That's the same thing.
Yeah. Kinsey asks if you could have dinner with any famous person, alive or dead, who would it be?
Wait, haven't we? I feel like we've done this before.
We've done a kind of question.
What was the other one?
I don't
we did?
remember.
I feel like we did something like this, and
But
I
my-
jokingly said George Washington immediately.
But my answer is different.
Though he would be cool. George Washington. Would
I
be
think
rad.
I would like to have dinner with C.S. Lewis.
C.S. Lewis would just be fun.
It'd
That'd
be
be
fun.
a fun dinner.
Yeah. Imagine having dinner with one of the best theologists of all time. Theologians, sorry, thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like he would be the he would be the best person to lay out what questions I have about Christianity and about the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, because
And he would
I love the
say-
way he writes. So
The great thing is, like, I would trust basically anything he says, but he would also say,
don't do that.
don't trust everything I say. This is just the way I'm viewing it. This is not 100% correct. I don't know everything, which is cool. It's that he
Only
would
God
say,
knows everything.
yeah, he would be like, I don't know everything. He would probably even say, I don't know a lot.
But yeah, C.S. Lewis is my answer.
That's a really good answer.
Yes.
I would love. I mean, last time we talked about this. I did. My answer for things like this is always just immediately George Washington, because I think it's a super basic, kind of funny answer, because who doesn't say George Washington?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, I mean, I would want to have a dinner with him just to sit him down and be like, freaking motorcycle.
Sorry about that. Good.
I would want to have a dinner with him just to sit him down and be like, what did you envision for our country? If I brought him back to life and he saw what the country is now, and I could ask him, like, what did you want it to be? What do you see it as? What did you see it as back when you were making the country? I think that would be a super interesting answer.
True.
I would also like to sit down. I think it would be more fun to sit down with Nikola Tesla, because he just seems like a weird dude. He'd be fun.
So you're going more personality than cause, or
George Washington would be to ask him actual questions.
Yeah.
If I was going personality, Nikola Tesla probably, because he seems like a super weird
guy.
dude that would just be fun to hang out with. He's the one that, if you guys didn't know, he invented the light bulb, and Edison stole it from him. Yeah.
Yep.
So don't stop giving Edison the credit. He stole the idea.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you for your question.
But yeah,
Casey.
he just seems like a really weird dude in real life.
Would you like to first of all check out what time we're at?
like 50, dude.
That means we have to
We got to speed this up.
speed it
Well,
up.
I mean, we've gone to 118 before,
Yeah.
so
That's true.
It doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
We got time. I've got time. Oh, we should watch The Incredibles. Not this week, but at
Got
some
time?
point. I've got time.
Nice.
Me when I've got time.
Yeah.
Have you seen that meme?
Me and you got time.
It's the scene when he says, "Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
time."
I've got time.
And then it's like somebody made a meme out of that says "Me when I've got time," and then it's just a bunch of like comments and people making memes out of that, and it just pulls back, and it's all just
That-
"Me when I've got time," "Me when I've got time," "Me when I've got time." I thought it was funny.
That's a good
I thought it was funny.
structured meme. Good
Yeah,
job.
I thought it was funny.
Whoever that is.
is.
Parent questions.
Yeah. Okay, parent question number 1. Road trip or air travel? I'll tell you, this was from my mom. Road trip or air travel? Me personally, well, obviously this is for in-country, or
Yeah.
in continent
Yes.
locations, obviously. Me personally, road trip. My family, when I was younger, every other year we would go on a road trip, and I've been to Florida, I've been to Canada, I've been to Washington D.C. I have been everywhere across America on road trips, and I'm very used to being in the car for a long amount of time, and I really enjoy it. I think road trips are a lot of fun.
Yep.
So road trips for me.
I think I'd say the same thing. I was gonna say I like what air travel has, but I could have the same thing in a road trip, but I also have internet.
And
So,
more,
like-
and it's like it's fun if you go with the right people. It's a lot of fun to road
Yeah,
trip.
even if it's like 15 hours,
It's a lot of fun to road trip, and you can like
There-
stop places and stuff.
you can nap.
You can see things on the side of the road and be like, "That looks cool," and
you
then
can get
stop.
snacks that you like.
Yeah,
I do like both a lot. I actually love
they both have perks.
flying. I love flying.
The accessibility of flying is great,
Um,
but I don't know. Road
I
trips
also like
just have a
the
certain
alone
charm.
time that I have in flying. I like them both for different reasons.
Yeah, that's
but I
fair.
do prefer road trips.
That's fair.
I like the alone time I have, just sitting back, either watching a movie or also playing Switch, and just enjoying the ride and looking at scenery. It's really cool. But I could also do that while riding in a car. So
Yeah.
like,
And you can like play music and stuff and roll the windows down and talk to people.
The alphabet
talk,
game.
Talk to the people you're with and not annoy the people next to you.
yeah,
I like planes if it's like a couple hours because I do like flying. I just
Yeah.
think it's cool.
I do like
to
flying.
like look down and like you're a million miles over the world. I think that's really cool. It's not a million. I think it's really cool if it's like a couple hours, but like also I'd be down a road trip that.
Yep.
They both have their things.
Yep.
But if I had to choose one to be in for a long period of time, it would be a car
yeah, me too.
easily.
Me too. Good question.
Yeah.
Next question.
We'll switch back and
Oh,
forth.
sure,
You said
sure,
you have
sure,
more.
Sure.
That's why I had you do two, so we could
sure.
switch back and forth. Because I have four more or three more now.
Jack asks, "What is the best way to trap a bird?"
Best way to travel.
There are two schools of thought.
Are we trying to like what? Because I can get a bird trapped in my house pretty easily. Or are we trying to get it into like a cage?
I'm gonna say this.
That's so small.
Yep.
Why not just like a normal sized bird cage, like this big?
Fine, a cage.
A normal sized bird cage like this big.
Let's do that then.
Uh,
There's two schools of thought. You could do like a bird feeder thing, where you can attract a bird and then just close a cage on them.
yeah.
Or you could just go the very violent route of trying to grab them.
Put a little bit of both. I'd put bird seed in my hand, let them to come to me, and then very slowly get the other hand up, and then just like that, not squash them, but
And then you smash it.
you gotta keep it
then you
firm,
just, you know.
and then you have somebody open the cage and you put them in the cage. So a little bit of both.
Yeah, go ahead. Next question.
Next question. This is sort of a two-parter, but we can do the two parts separately. Where in the country would you go that you haven't already been? Would you like to go that
Do
you
you
haven't
have,
already been?
Yosemite.
You haven't been to
I
Yosemite
still
yet?
haven't
That's
seen
the
Yosemite.
answer.
I don't need an explanation for that.
That's if you haven't been to Yosemite, the answer is Yosemite. I've been to Yosemite five times now.
I've never been.
I think 5 times now. It is my favorite place on the planet.
But where haven't you been that you want?
Where haven't I been that I want to go? I don't know. I haven't been to New England. I think New England, like Maine and
I
everything
thought it was in the
up there.
country. Oh, New England. Oh, you said New England. I didn't hear New. Anyway,
New England.
yeah.
I haven't been to New England, like Maine and New Hampshire and all those states up there. I think that would be cool to see. I've heard good stuff about that, like small towns and stuff, and fall up there is beautiful.
Yep.
So probably New England. The thing is, I've been a lot of places in the country. Like I said, I went on road trips. I've been many places in the country. I don't know. Alaska maybe too. I haven't been
That
to
was my
Alaska.
second. That was my second answer.
So either
Alaska.
New England or Alaska, depending on what kind of trip I wanted. If I wanted like a relaxed trip, I would go to New England and just stay at like bed and breakfasts and stuff. If I wanted like a camping, hiking trip, I would go to Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's part two?
It's the same question but out of the country.
Yeah. I'd say Iceland.
I was actually thinking Iceland.
Really?
As well. There's a lot of. I haven't been to that many places
I
outside
would
of the country.
love to go to Iceland just how pretty it
All
is.
all the fjords and everything are so beautiful. It's so beautiful up there.
Yeah.
Iceland is beautiful, and I want
Love-
to go real bad.
I want to go to Iceland so bad. It looks so pretty. Also, isn't that where Walter Mitty is?
That part of the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful up there.
It seems like a perfect place to backpack.
Oh yeah, it
Um,
definitely is.
And I just want to take pictures. I want to explore. I want to hike. That's like the best thing ever. That's what I want to do in Yosemite too.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
but Iceland is my
I want to go to Iceland.
out of
real
any
bad.
place in the world.
I also want to go to, less so, but I want to go to the Middle East. I haven't been
Oh
to the
yeah,
Middle
that
East
too.
yet.
That too. That too. That too. I want to go backpacking there as well.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I want to go to Jordan.
I also just want to spend more time in Europe as a whole. I've been to England, France, and Spain, but I'd like to spend more time around Europe, like Germany and Austria. Germany and Austria.
You need to go
I've
to Italy
heard-
too.
I've heard are beautiful.
Yeah. You need to go to Italy
and I'd like to
too.
go to Italy too.
Just because of the architecture.
So a lot of places, but like my first choice would probably be. Actually, my first choice would probably be, Germany, because then you can get everywhere in Europe from Germany. If I were to choose one right now, like Iceland would be cool, but if I were to choose one to go right now, just a plane ticket anywhere, I'd say Germany, because then I can go anywhere in Europe from Germany.
Nah, I'd still go to Iceland.
Iceland looks so cool.
Yeah.
So does like Scotland, like the non-populated
Yeah.
parts of Scotland, just like
Very
these
pretty.
huge valleys and everything. Same thing in Iceland. Everything just makes you feel so small.
Yep.
Just so small, because like there's these huge. Oh, it's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So definitely maybe I would just go to Iceland and just chill there,
Yep. Just chill and relax and hike.
chilling like a villain.
Chilling.
All right, now you have to ask two, because I asked two.
Okay. Jack. I'll just go through Jack's. Both of Jack's. Jack responded to my question sticker H.
Is there a question mark?
Nope.
So that's not a question, Jack. You
Cool.
idiot.
Dummy. Anyway, do you think Noah should change his name to Garrett
Garrett?
with one T?
Garrett or Gary? Did you say Garrett?
Garrett.
With a T? You said with a T, so yeah, obviously.
With one T.
With one T.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Garrett is not I don't like that name that much.
I like Noah.
I've known, like, I was friends with somebody named Garrett up in Oregon. He was cool. I liked him a lot.
I knew
But
someone in Minnesota.
The name,
That's it.
I don't like it that much. So no. Well, that's my opinion.
Nah, I'm good.
No? Okay.
If it was my choice, I'd say, just keep it Noah.
Maybe
Maybe his last name
I'm
Garrett.
good with
That'd be
Noah.
funny.
Noah Garrett?
Yep.
Okay. I'm good with Noah, though.
Let's just go to Ashton asked a question.
Yes?
Should dog eat cake if cake wants to be ate?
No, that could kill Doggy.
If it's only frosting,
Can dogs eat frosting?
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of sugar, is that?
I mean that's
Is that-
fine, just as long as they don't eat too much.
Yeah. So so a little frosting?
Yeah. So if dog won't eat cake, if cake won't be ate,
Well,
yeah.
not too much. Like
Uh,
a little
Not too
bit.
much cake.
Like a little bit.
Cake, but the cake and the thing be ate. Doggy, your turn.
All right. This is my last question. Something that you were scheduled to do and you were super stoked for, that then got canceled. Like the thing that you were like most stoked for that got
The
canceled.
most stoked for.
Yeah.
Do you have one in mind?
If you have one, I have one. I think I have one in mind that I could use.
Yeah, think of
That
one.
probably works. A couple years ago, 3 or 4 years ago now, it was either junior or senior year, I think. I was supposed to go on a missions trip to Africa with my dad, and it got canceled. And I was super stoked for that. We were going to what country were we going to? I've forgotten, but we were going to Africa, and I was super stoked, and it was gonna be a super fun trip because it was a missions trip and everything. We were gonna do whatever you do on mission trips, build stuff, whatever, and then the last 2 days we were gonna go on a safari, which would have been super rad, and it was gonna be me and my dad, and obviously a group that we were going on the
Yeah.
missions with, but yeah, that got canceled, and it was a bummer.
Yeah. The one thing.
Oh,
That,
also opening day this year.
uh,
Dodgers opening day this year, I was stoked for.
I remember how pissed off you were.
I was more excited. So my dad, my brother, and I, and one of my dad's friends, we go to Dodgers opening day every single year, and I have been every year since I was, I don't know, 4 or 5. And I was more excited this year than I ever have been in my entire life. I don't know why, but I was just stoked. The stoke was so high, and then it got canceled, and I was upset.
Yes.
I was very upset.
I'm sorry, man.
Go ahead.
The thing that I thought of was the winter camp I didn't go to, the one where Scott got sick, and
that was a funny one, just because
Yeah.
Scott had such a bad week.
I was super excited for that one, and I was going to go, but then 2 days before the trip, my mom said I couldn't go for, I don't remember what reason it was, but she said I couldn't go, and I was heartbroken.
There was
because
nothing.
I don't care about the actual trip.
Yeah, there was nothing that special about the trip.
It
But
sucks
at that time,
it sucks to not go with on a trip with people you like and
Yeah.
love very, very much.
yeah,
And that was super heartbreaking to me.
yeah, that was a bummer.
Thanks for bringing that up.
You did. You didn't have to talk about that.
Well, she has a question.
You brought it up.
I have one more question.
And I can't think of anything else that would answer that question
I
right
honestly can't.
now. Okay, what is it?
If you were immortal, but you had an equally immortal snail chasing you who could
I've heard
kill
this
you by
before.
touching you, what's your strategy?
I've heard this before.
What's your strategy to survive as long as possible?
So we need to establish some rules first.
You can't kill the snail.
Obviously. Okay, so 1, can't kill the snail.
Mm-hmm.
2, if I trapped the snail, would it magically get out of the box that I trapped it in?
I'm gonna say no.
It wouldn't get out of the box.
What if about this? What if it can?
If it can get out of the box, I mean, snails can't travel that fast. So what I'd do, say I didn't need to have a job and everything, say my entire life was running away from this snail.
Yes.
What I would do is, when I first got it, I would start at home and I would go somewhere a ways away and wait for the snail to get to me and just time it. And then I would figure out exactly how far away I could go and how long it would take for it to get there. And then I would have the calculations
You'd
of
have
how
two
long.
homes.
I would have the I would have the calculations of how long it would take for
The snail to get to you.
the snail to get to me. So say I drove 20 miles away and it takes the snail. How long do you think it would take a snail to get
Days.
20 miles away? Let's say it takes 2 days for the snail to get to me. Then I just set a timer on my phone for 2. Then I would drive back, because it would take me 20 minutes to drive back. I would drive back home, set a timer for a little less than 2 days, and then when that timer went off, just be ready for the snail to come back.
But here's the thing: what if the snail is smart though? Like it's smart enough to go faster, like taking a car, or like getting in a car and then doing that.
Then I don't know. That changes things.
See,
But
for
if
me,
Or I would just go day to day. I would go 10 miles away. Let's say it takes the snail 10 hours to go 10 miles, just to make the math easier. I would go somewhere that
Okay.
is 10 hours away for the snail.
Yeah.
Wait for it to get to me,
You got it.
and then I would drive home, 10 minutes drive home, and then be fine for the night. I'd go to sleep and be okay, and I know I'd be okay for 10 hours. I would sleep for less than 10 hours. And then the next day I would go somewhere else and wait for the snail to get to me there, and then drive home and be fine for another 10 hours.
See, I feel like the snail would find its way during your sleep,
No,
either by train, planes, or
If we're
automobiles.
giving the snail a big brain, that changes things. But if it's just the snail,
I'd say trap every single snail in a box, and you're fine.
you said it couldn't be trapped in a box.
That's
I
the only possible
explicitly-
explanation.
I explicitly asked if it could be trapped in a box,
See,
and you
for
said
me-
no.
Okay, yeah, okay. For me, I'd have 2 homes. I'd, again, time it, go across the country and see how long it takes, and then just live in those 2 homes until the snail gets
Well,
there.
if we're doing your dumb big brain snail,
Yeah,
then
we can take a plane.
it would just take a plane, and it would be to you in hours.
Um,
But if we're doing a normal snail, but the snail can't be trapped in a box because you explicitly said that it couldn't, and then your plan involved trapping it in a box.
because it's the only possible solution.
No, you just have to have a jet setter lifestyle. You travel around the world calculating, making sure you know exactly how long you have, and as soon as it starts to get close, you go somewhere else.
That's a miserable life.
If you have a lot of money, it wouldn't be that bad. You get a yacht.
You'd retire.
You just get a yacht or something. What do you move the thing, dude?
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
really
gonna-
worked out about this question.
It's gonna make noise and stuff if it touches you. I gotta fix this. Sorry for all this noise. This is Jordan's fault. There we go. That's fine.
Thank you for your question. I'm done with it because it's
If
inevitable.
it
that
can't
you
be
die.
trapped in a box, you just have to have a jet setter lifestyle. You got to keep moving. If it can be trapped in a box, why are you asking? That's the answer. Trap it in a box. Go ahead. Wait, is that the last question? What are we at?
Where are we at? Where are we at? What are we at? What are we at? What are we at? What are we at?
1-0. That
Oh no!
was-
What?
That was a motorcycle. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. I can't. Can you hear me? Drip. What are you doing? That's dangerous. That is dangerous. These aren't our glasses. 107. That's what we're at.
Thank you for 20 subscribers.
108 now. We are at 20 subscribers.
So,
Wow, wow. Woo,
Thanks for doing that.
Yay.
and yeah.
Woo! Zooey mama. I haven't said that since the last time we recorded a podcast. But you know, I just said it. Just for you guys. Happy 20 subscriber. Are we ready to go? Alright, let's go.